Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel from a sunny Netherlands, and I want to flip through the Roxy Journal. Maybe you followed along, and I call it finished. It's a bit sticking out, so I thought I had quite the non-bulky ephemera. But it turns out there are some bulky things in there, and it's a bit, but almost everything is removable or something you can get out of the pockets. And or the recipient, this is for sale, so if you're interested, just let me know, send me an email or a message, and we can work something out through PayPal. If it doesn't sell right away, it will go into my Kofi shop. This is fabric from an old jacket. I bought a tailor jacket. I bought second hand, and I thought it went very well. I like the fraying. I thought it went well. Now it's sticking to my fingers. Everything is static. It went well with the color. I didn't do anything to the cover because I love it. The color is beautiful, the bird is beautiful, and yeah, I thought it was okay like this. So the front, the back, 9.5 inch, not 9 3/4 of an inch, 6.5 wide. So yeah, a pretty large journal. And because there's a lot of ephemera which you can write on, I think it's become a writing journal. I hope for someone who will fill this up. I left, like if you followed along, you know, I left the inside exactly as it was because I loved the birds. Here's the sticker from the store. The book has been bought, and here all the birds have a number, and here it says which bird it is in Dutch. This is just the only, I want to have it mentioned. It's a bit, broken, or I'm not finding the correct word. This is a piece of one of the pages. I used several kits. It's all linked down below in the description box from Roxy Creations. That's why I called this the Roxy Journal. And this is one of the tall pages, and I printed it on cotton and use it for the inside. So let's go through it. I'm not going to mention everything because I mentioned everything down below, and if you have any questions about a certain paper or whatever, just put it in the comments and I will get back to you. Off camera I did some last minute things. Also this snippet with a beautiful button, just to give the page some interest. And also, some pages are thin and a bit harder to grab onto, and this will help, like kind of a tab. Background page printed on there. A faux postcard. Is it a faux postcard? Yeah, it's a faux postcard, and I decorated it. Yeah, most of these ephemera pieces I have done on camera. I will link the playlist down below, so if you're interested, you can start to follow along with this journal. A card, and like I said, on every journal card or tag you can write on, or some extra writing spaces added. Vintage music page, I always love that in my journals. French book page, I just left for the recipient to use, and I decorated a bit, but it's usable. On a rag paper Italian, and of course from the kit, this little, I think I did on camera also, a guest check, decorated. This is wrapping paper. I really like that, and I glued it onto packaging just to give it a bit more extra. A little tag, and on the back it's plain book page, so you can write on it. A small tag inside here, some collaging of all kinds of papers with a flower on there, and I left it because the title of the book was on there, but you can write around it. This flips open for a lot of writing space. It is really old, so it is brittle in the fold, so that's why here it was a bit torn. So I did some faux H tape. I really like the H tape. Florentine paper I used. And in here a large tag, also on camera, and writing space on the back. And I did that with a paper clip, otherwise it flaps a bit and I don't like that. This is attached to the digital, and the first and second episode of this series was how I extended all kinds of papers onto each other to get extended pages. So longer that you can fold them in. Japanese, I think, yeah. Japanese page, it's always hard, Japanese or Chinese, but I love the font, and it's a bit of a creamy color, the book page. All the brittle pages are reinforced with masking tape or with tea bag. From the kit, I left this. On the back I printed a digital ledger, and I left it like this. The recipient can glue it shut as a pocket, but there are more than enough pockets in the journal. Now it's a lot of journaling space. Again, Italian rag paper. And here I made a large pocket with a large journaling card in there. Or the paper, it's a writing paper. So you have lots of writing space on a beautiful digital. And that goes into the pocket with the cute bird. And this is an envelope I decorated with the flower on it. And this is a journal card, a bit of layering on there, and a cute stamp. Journaling space on the back. I let it stick out because I like the border, and then again you instantly know that there is something to take out. Here I did a label as a bit of a tab, and again it decorates up this page just a little bit. It's an end paper of a large book, and onto that I glued this side of the digital because this side is loose, and again that's in the extended pages if you're interested how you construct that. Here I did some embossing just for some extra interest, and this makes a pocket, and in there again an end paper or a begin paper from a book. Lots of writing space and decorated with a beautiful flower. It goes in here, and you can tuck more in the pocket if you want. A little lace tab for some interest, and again it's easier to grab the page. Here I did some Florentine paper, some extra decoration, so on both sides. Digital ledger. Here I put in between because this is still in a way one page, only this is glued down, and here you have a lot of options, and I show you that in the extended pages episodes. Writing space, tea-dyed, and here a lot of writing space again. A pocket with a digital and vellum on top, so you can see the digital, the ledger digital through there, and it makes a pocket on Italian rag paper with a large tag in there, and journaling space on the back, and some vintage lace as the topper. In here, the folded over and made into a pocket the straw paper. And again, this is also in one of the episodes. It's a digital letter, but I decorated it a bit, but on the back it's completely writing space. But just to spruce it up a bit when it's in the journal, I put the flowers there. This one I didn't do on camera. I made it today just for an extra. I really loved the bird and I wanted to use that. So color-wise, these two go well together. Love the straw paper. It's attached to a digital. This is an envelope. I made that a long time ago, but I thought it really fitted in this journal. But I will link that also, because yeah, you can make it if you follow the tutorial. Again, this is a piece of the cotton fabric, the digital printed on there, and yeah, another tag could go in here because this is the back. Here you can see the flower. So the envelope is completely collaged on, and this is the tag I made for the pocket. Lots of little snippets, and on the back you can write. So if you want more interest on this side, you can put something else in there. With the journal, if you're interested and you're going to buy the journal, I will add some extra book pages and things you can use further in the journal. But because it's already pretty bulky, I didn't want to add even more. Beautiful collage on there. Here also. And it's a pocket, and this is also a tag I made for this journal. The Japanese book page. Here again, folded up and decorated with an extra label. And it's a vintage receipt paper, like that. And I decorate it again for interest when it's in the journal. But the back is completely plain for journaling. Beautiful vintage tea card with the bird. Went so well with the colors. A background page for writing. This is also an altered envelope. And when you go back to the episodes of this series, yeah, you can see where I got the idea from and how I'm making this. And on the back, there's a pocket here, and I just a beautiful but plain tag in there. And here, yeah, kind of a bookmark, but you can write on the back also. And a beautiful label. And this is behind the window from the envelope, but it's stuck down. The packaging page with, yeah, also the wrapping paper. This one I made a long time ago also, and I thought it went well in this journal also. It's vellum pockets. Let's see, it's a bit, I didn't want to have to take out the strings. Beautiful image on the front, little German tape, label on the back, some lace, and if you open it, it has two pockets, and in there a little journaling card, room for writing on the back, and this cute one, and again writing space on the back. But I didn't want that it would be necessary to take out the complete threads, and now you just yeah, tie them together. We'll do that later. A background page from the kit, vintage music. Again here, background page, and this, an image I used, but I glued it onto writing paper, so there's, and you can see the perforation. I quite like that it was in a little notebook. So that goes in here or onto this page. And you can swap this around if you want. Here, this is also added outside the filming. I made that yesterday. I wanted a pocket on this page. Again, Italian rag paper and the tag I made. And in the collage pocket, the digital, and I did some fabric. I used that in the journal later, and I had a piece left, so I thought that would make a nice tab, and it gives this page some extra interest. Lots of writing room. Florentine paper. I just added a faux washi strip, and this is added to vintage writing paper. This I did on camera. Also, I love this idea. It's a book page with an image. It flips out. And then here you have a tuck spot, but also a pocket. And then you can see the old book page. In here, a journaling card, the beautiful lilac and purple colors with writing space on the back. And this one is a piece of a digital, just spruced up a bit with a label, and here also, but lots of writing room. And that goes in there. Like that. Again, just for some extra decoration on the page, there's lots of writing room left. The digital, again, flipped it up to make a pocket with writing space again, a beautiful digital letter, some extra interest to look at if it's in the pocket, but on the inside, completely empty for writing. Vintage music page. Here again the attached pages with straw paper. This is also a vellum over digital pocket, and again a collaged journaling card with writing space on the back. And this flips open. You can also glue that shut and then it will become a side tuck, but I left that for the recipient. Also a window envelope that is completely decorated. It is on both sides. You just fold the envelope in half. I did that on camera also. Completely collaged, and also an image from a flower book that is behind glued behind the window. Struggling for my words. Just half of a digital, but it's such a beautiful digital, just decorated a bit more with the label and a real stamp. The label goes over the page, and here just decorated with some extra another digital, because you can write on this. It's light enough, and that will go in there. And this, a bit of the same principle, a piece of a digital, real stamps. There were stamps in the digital, but I always like to add real ones, and a beautiful label on there, and writing space on the back. Here I did a transparency plastic this is, and I embossed it. I made a pocket so you can still see the beautiful digital. And in here is a document holder. I did that on camera also. You flip it open like this, so I have a label there. On the back, the beautiful digital, and I can fold it open. Oh yeah, no, I stuck that down. So this is the digital, and here the papers are holded together with brads, and I did this with on camera also, with a piece of vintage digital, vintage music, vintage mathematic book, a flower book, a very old one, and an Italian rag paper. And this is also usable, so if the recipient wants to completely take it apart and use it in the journal or another journal, that's possible, but you can also write on this if you want to just leave it. And I wanted a little image in there also. And normally this was how you fold it, so you can see the brads, but I really love this piece of the digital, so I did it like this, and the label is peeking out, and then I closed it with the baker's twine. Do that later, fix that. The center, beautiful image, and I folded this one back a bit because it makes it easier to flip, otherwise these will stick together very much, and now this is a bit shorter, this is peeking out, so I like all those layers. Background page, here this is just clipped on. It's a receipt and it's folded up. I printed it both sides and stuck together, so it makes it a bit sturdier also. Here you can see a bit of the back, and I just decorated it a bit more, but there's lots of writing room there. And here you can still see yeah, some printing of the original, of the copy, the copy of the original from the receipt. I used hinges for extra decoration, but it also makes the pocket a bit wider. So here you can see the beautiful receipt, and in there a journal, yeah, a tag journal card, but it has the corners writing space on the back. And that goes on this very brittle French book page. I clipped it so it doesn't flap all around. I did some faux tape. It really goes well with the old pages, but you can see here, but yeah, I like that it's that you can really see it's old paper. It crackles and breaks. Again, folded the digital up. A piece of ledger, just decorated with a beautiful label, and on the back, lots of writing room left. It's from 1943. And the background digital. Love this bird. The music. Again, a different one. It's on the same music page. I made the pocket with the vellum on top with the beautiful birds. And again, a tag in there, collaged. And the backing paper which you can write on. I love these fronts of the old Italian books. It's a digital attached to a digital. This flips out, so you have lots of room. Here you can write, but here if you want, you can stick something on there, your writing paper, or make a pocket. I didn't want to bulk up even more. This is beautiful for writing, but it gives the page a bit more interest. On the back, this is an envelope of book page that I just decorated with some beautiful flowers and packaging, and it opens up because it's a digital with a beautiful tag in there, writing space on the back, and it's attached to this side tuck, and you can even write here. And a beautiful Italian book page with writing space on the back. So there's lots of room to write. This is a digital envelope. I just decorated a bit on vintage writing paper. There's nothing in there because it's bulky enough. Beautiful design. Again, here I left this. You can, glue it shut and put something else in there, but now it's a lot of writing space. A full postcard I decorated, writing space on the back. The Italian rack paper, the beautiful digitals. And again, here are two things in the pocket. This I left because you can decorate it more yourself. Backing for writing. And this again is a writing It's an invoice that I decorated extra, but here is a lot of writing room. And it folds up cute and then goes into this pocket. A German book page. If you follow me longer, you know that's my favorite font. And again, a faux postcard decorated writing room on the back. This happens to me a lot, that I glue it on the wrong side, but in this, yeah, now I thought it's cute because that's the name of the book, so I don't think it's really a problem. It's a beautiful font, but normally I want this empty, but yeah, this was a happy accident, I think, and there's lots of writing room, so it's not that there's no room left. The digital, again, a vellum pocket on script, a journaling, or yeah, a tag with a label, just some extra on the digital, the backing, but you can write on there, and this flips up, and then you have the cute little bird. And again, writing room there. Love this image of the flower. Italian book, yeah, it's a rag paper attached to a book page, and I folded it just small here and here, but then you can stick something in there. Beautiful journaling card, writing room on the back. Yeah, so it holds a side tuck, and in there I did some rag paper. It's double. This is French, a piece of old ledger, and a French book page with a cute image of the children. And that goes here in this side tuck. So I already added this, but yeah, these are the only book pages that are in here, because I thought I could do way more, but yeah, it's becoming bulky. Here, the pocket I decorated with the wrapping paper, and this is a double. Yeah, you can't see it anymore. It's a rag paper book page, a double, and I decorated it completely. This is fabric, again printed from a digital. I printed on cotton, and inside lots of writing room. Really love how this turned out. Rag paper, again, two digitals attached to each other, but here the digital makes it into a pocket, and in here is a large journaling card with lots of writing room. And on this side it's attached to this, can go over the pocket. I glued it only on the top, and script. Here is that bit of that I used here as a tab. It's from this fabric, and this is a pocket with writing room on the back. But I didn't put anything in there because I love this, and I love, yeah, the bird wouldn't be covered, but if you put something in there, that would be covered up, and I will leave that to the recipient to put something in there. But now, yeah, I love the way it looks. Vintage music, I always love that in a journal. With a flip, you can always tear that off if you don't want the flips. This is a tag from a kit I used, backed it with vintage grit paper, but it was from a postage stamp book from my dad. He drew the lines himself where there had to be postage stamps. I did a tab here, but this, yeah, it's very easy to get both pages. And that would be a shame because it's a beautiful digital with the tab, so it reminds you here that there is a different page. A bird pocket. This is Florentine paper and some script. In there I find it, I thought it was cute. Both images have the blue and the yellow birds. Beautiful image on embossed packaging paper, and it's the same packaging paper. It was folded up and then went through the embossing machine. So I just flipped that, back the image underneath. Beautiful label, writing space on the back. You have to, on this more busy background paper, you have to write with a darker pen or I don't know what you call these. I also always forget how you call these kinds of things. But yeah, vintage music again with the flip out. I didn't want to cut anything off. A small piece of digital and backed, so you can write on it even though it's small. Beautiful, the script page, and this I turned into a pocket, and in here isn't, the envelope. Oh no, it is a writing space, but it looks like an envelope now, and this holds the flap. But it's a cute way how it's folded, and if you open it, you have a lot of writing space. Complete, the A4. I can't print borderless, but then you have about a A4 for writing, and that goes into the pocket. So just a half page, but then you have all the layers going. Italian book page, a faux postcard that I decorated, and inside a beautiful journaling card with writing space on the back. This is just a little flip, a very happy digital on the straw paper attached. And here you have a bit more of the digital. This is a vintage divider that is attached to the rag paper. I left the C. I found that cute. It's just random how I picked that. This I did on camera also. This is a tag. If you notice, this was earlier in the journal, but just empty, but it's a beautiful tag. Some lace on there, and again the cute birds, and it's hinged to this pocket, the floating pocket. There's nothing in there. I forgot to make a journaling card in there, or maybe I did and I put it somewhere else, but I'm going to leave it. The recipient can fill that. But yeah, you can see the beautiful design of the pocket. There's already so much in here. With this image I made a side tuck, and in here again the digital flipped over onto this side, and in there are some items. It's backed with a book page, a French book page, and just decorated a bit extra with the label. And in there a little tag, and again writing space on the back, and a very old stained piece of writing paper. And that goes both in there and then tucks in here. The digital, a beautiful front with the animals from a German book, and here you can write. And again, this is the fabric of the spine on the outside, and a very large vintage piece of ledger. So lots of writing, and it's again attached to a digital. Here you can see the fabric again a bit, and the beautiful birds, and that's it. That curls up a bit. The fabric has a mind of its own. Yeah, I really love it. It's a soft spine, so it's a bit pliable, but because it's filled up, it's yeah, normally you can do that, but now it's just filled up. The spine, I can measure, it's 1.5. So I hope you like this flip through. I hope you got some inspiration. The playlist will be linked down below if you want to start in the front, and you can completely make this journal with me. If you're interested, like I said, just contact me, and if it doesn't sell, I will post it in my Kofi shop. Thank you so much for being here, and I wish you a very great rest of the day, and I will see you in the next video. Love you all. Bye bye.